Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit the sponsor or supporters link on our website at intotheblaze.com, with over 180 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
You're locked in to the hottest station on the
planet. Hey, Blazers, it is I, Hope Disguised, yet again on another episode of After the Blaze, and I'm joining you all with my amazing partner in crime, Mr. 50 Shades of Ghey. How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm hungry. Bitch, I've been on a two-day cleanse, and I can't eat anything. All I can do is drink this fucking juice and drink distilled water. When I tell you I can eat a whole fucking chicken and with ranch dressing, like I'm hungry. But aside from that, I'm good. How are you?
I'm bald head. I got my ends clipped. I got my ends clipped today, and the bitch tried my life. Like, my ponytail was like almost bra strap, and then by the time she finished, I was like shoulder length again, and I was like, what the fuck? So I guess we both got issues this week, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, because that is why we're here to recap the good shit. We're here to recap the good shit and leave our drama at the door.
Okay.
So, moving right along with the good shit. Let's talk about Miss Issa Rae being fucking awesome, okay?
I love her.
I love her times 10. I didn't think I was going to like Issa the way that I like Issa, but I almost have a slight lesbian crush on her that has nothing to do with sex. Like, I personally have grown to really, really love this woman's hustle and her work ethic, and then the fact that today she dropped on Instagram as is, okay, they just started the table read for season 2 of Insecure. I got my whole life. Yes, I've gotten just all of my life, and all of the awards and accolades that she's received lately are just they're due their justice. I'm all about Issa Rae. I'm all about it. I second everything that Kwame and Free said on the Blaze podcast. I'm just let's just hand snaps for Issa, snaps for Issa. That's all I can say on that one.
Yeah. She definitely deserves every accolade that she has received and will receive, because that fucking Insecure series, I'm not even the type of girl that just sits around and watch series, but I just loved how grimy and how nasty and how just unadulterated and unfiltered they were. I just lived for it. Like, it gave me every bit of my fucking life plus more.
Yeah, I honestly, I like the conversations that it sparked. Every fucking episode was a different conversation about, and it wasn't just about how the episode was good. It was about the topic matter in the episodes. I love, like, I've already spoken about this on a past episode of After the Blaze, but I love Black people that make Black people think, so
Right.
Collectively as a group, Issa makes bitches think, and I really love that about her. But, speaking of Black people making Black people think, let's talk about Mahershala Ali being the first Black Muslim to win at the Oscars. How do you feel? Give me your emotions. How was that for you?
Again, I love to see the advancement of Black people, especially in film, because it's one of those things where, like, those individuals who constantly assume that we would never amount to those things. Like, they are basically forced to witness the win.
Right.
So, like, I'm all for it. Like, kudos, and my highest level of congrats are extended.
I'm really excited. I was excited about it, but the whole Muslim thing, like, my thing is, I don't know if I'm more excited about the Black or the Muslim. I feel like you should be able to praise whatever God you want to praise, from
Exactly.
a la to Boombazu, without being judged about it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, my prayers go to whoever they go to, and yours go to whoever they go to. Either way they go, whether you see them get met or not, I'm obviously getting my needs met by some form of a God, so whatever.
Right.
So
And
mm-hmm.
and my thing is like religion doesn't negate the fact that you are talented. Just
Right.
like the color of your skin doesn't negate the fact that you're talented. So
Right. So like you said, highest form of praises to Mashallah Ali and everybody that was a part of that series and everybody that will continue to support Moonlight and all that greatness. But as we sit back and talk about greatness and we continue to talk about the black greatness of people, Rihanna got named Humanitarian of the Year. Now, before I give you a chance to respond to this, okay, I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this. I love Rihanna and I do give her notice for the things that she's done in Barbados or whatever she's done and contributed her money to, okay? But Humanitarian of the Year, bitch, of the year, of the whole motherfucking year? You mean of the year? My thing is there are people that have been helping to find cures for cancer, the makers of PrEP, like all of these people that you could have given Humanitarian of the Year to, Harvard, and y'all gave it to Robin Fenty for donating some money to breast cancer that people do every year, that basic bitches do every year. Like, tax paying people who ain't never had a concert a day in their life do that shit every year. And Rihanna gets the Humanitarian of the Year award because she, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about
and I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I guess my thing is like I understand that she has provided some under the table donations, if you will, but
right.
I don't know of any, and
Right.
because I don't know of any, I feel like that's a problem. Yes, I get that people are saying everyone shouldn't know what organizations or countries or benefits you are donating your coin toward, but to be called a humanitarian, that means you have worked for that position.
Right.
That means you have established yourself within these different organizations that you are a part of and organizations that you give back to. You have created scholarships for underprivileged children. You have had a hand in these things, and because no one really knows about these things, I pose the question again: how can she be referred to as a humanitarian, especially of the year? Like how?
Right. That I'm a little perplexed at the end. Like I don't know all the facts, and I did not do my fact checking because Kwame and Free gonna try to get me on the
right
and the alternative facts. But like I said, I think that there's a difference between giving selfly and being a humanitarian of the year. My thing is, Akon, when he provided light to half of fucking Africa, yes, he did that stealthily, but it was something that was known about because it made an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
what Rihanna did, she might have done it in stealth. And so, that's cool and everything, but it didn't create a big impact because I hate to say it, but at this point, like I said, the average Joe Schmo who owns a business or owns a couple of gas stations or has a franchise of McDonald's can give to cancer research. But what about your donation was spectacular outside of the fact that you're Rihanna? I don't. It's kind of just like when Taylor Swift paid that girl surgery on GoFundMe and didn't want to be named, but then somebody leaked it that it was Taylor Swift and she admitted to it. Stuff like that makes my heart melt because I'm like, you didn't have to. You randomly got on GoFundMe and you did that. It's still not enough to make you Humanitarian of the Year, but that stuff makes my heart melt because I'm just like, that's something that everybody can't do. That's something that it takes you to legitimately dig down in your soul and do that, But breast cancer research, a lot of people that do that do it because they were affected or they know somebody that was affected, or it's a tax write-off, and a lot of those
Mhm.
celebrities do stuff like that because it's a tax write-off, not because they give a shit, but because it's a tax write-off. When you go and you give half of the half of what your net worth is to give lights to a whole country or half of a country, that is commendable. When you go and give half of your income to build schools in a third world country for people who might have never had an education, that is humanitarian worthy. But just to start a couple of scholarship funds and donate to breast cancer, it was nice. It was cute, Rihanna. I give you the ponytail flip on it, but I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm awarding you at the highest level on that one. So,
Right.
I'm So speaking of ponytail flips, okay. Rachel Dolezal or Rachel Dolezal or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce her new African name that she just changed it. And yes, she did it legally, just in case you missed that piece of tea. She legally changed her name to some African shit that I cannot even pronounce myself. So that's the first ponytail flip. But now I'm about to flip my bang because that bitch wants us to feel bad about her being on food stamps. Bang has been flipped. Okay, bitch. Why do I give a fuck that you on food stamps when I know 17 bitches in my phone right now that have been on food stamps? One of them being my mama since I was one. Like, bitch, I don't like a girl. Food
It's
stamps? You want us to clap you for food stamps?
it sounds to me like that is nothing short of a cry out for empathy and compassion.
That part.
And her new name is Nikichi Amare Diallo.
Dial.
Oh,
That shit that Beyonce song be saying at the end of Grown Woman.
Nikichi means right.
What it is.
Nikichi means gift of God. Armory, possessing great strength, and Diallo means bold. Oh, she's bold now.
Oh, bitch, she been bold. You got to be a hell of a bold to change your motherfucking ethnicity, bitch. You got to be real bold to do that. So she hit the money with that one.
Mm.
But
I'm confused. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what is her motives? And I'm so like, I'm perplexed.
She don't have. Lil' mama just wants attention at this point.
First you come out claiming to be part African American, and right now you're changing your name to a name that's of African descent. Like, bless her heart. I want to buy some. I want to buy some of her food stamps. I does on to me.
Because bitches like that, they gotta keep their tan up. So I think she might give you I think she might be down for the 100 for 50. I think she might be one of those girls that's down for the 100. I need to catch her outside of like a Publix or a Kroger somewhere. She's definitely a Kroger girl because she's trying to be down. But
right.
I will put her outside of the Krogers and be about that life. Her selling the banana bread on the side of the Kroger. I think that's her life right now. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Beyonce braids, okay. I am so motherfucking happy that I did not book and or buy my ticket to Coachella because that bitch has officially pulled out. I knew she was going to once I found out about the pregnancy, but she has officially pulled out, and I was going to spend money that I did not have to go and see this bitch and the loss of the Angeles. Okay, and I would have been a mad pussy had I had already spent that motherfucking money. And I wouldn't have been able to sell them bitches back or get my money back on that plane ticket. Beyonce would have had to see me. She would have had to see. I would have been a new motherfucking stalker on TMZ. And when they finally caught me, they would have been like, well, what was your purpose for stalking her? And I would have been like, that bitch owes me $752 for the Coachella cancellation. And I'm going to need to see it. Or she's going to claims court. Like,
as much as I love Beyonce, I was not about to spend my coin to go to Coachella. I love Beyonce down, but there's just something about the certain percentage of demographics that particular event draws, and I just don't have the time, to be walking around with individuals who don't like to take baths, individuals who probably have like thrown up all over themselves, and they're walking around smelling like shit, piss, and throw up, with a sprinkle of patchouli and lavender. I just cannot.
See,
So yeah.
I just, it was more so, I did not, I was going to go to Coachella, period. But
Mhm.
Beyonce being settled as a headline was like the icing on the cake for me. However, after Beyonce was named and they released the information that Coachella is one of the biggest investors in the LGBT hate people, and the owner
Mhm.
of Coachella supports Trump, I was like, oh, bitch, I wouldn't get my money no motherfucking way, okay? I don't give a fuck if
So,
Beyonce performs the
so,
entire festival. I'm not going.
so what do you think about the new headline?
Gaga. So let's talk Gaga because I love Gaga down. Okay, I love Gaga down.
Mhm.
But I don't think that it's gonna be Coachella worthy. And
Mhm.
I don't think that it's gonna be Coachella worthy because this new album, Joanne, is not bumping in your car, take me to the club album. The tour that Lady Gaga went on when she released Joanne at all the dive bars, that's exactly the type of album that Joanne is. It is a dive bar. It is a kind of like a white people's house party with crackers, cheese, and wine kind of thing. A very white bachelorette limousine ride car album, but it is not a Coachella make people feel this album. So my
Maybe
thing,
maybe she'll give the girls Bad Romance.
even if she does though, the mix of that is gonna be a bad romance because you got all of these drunk ass, high ass people that ain't trying to hear you sing Joanne, bitch. We want to see paparazzi. I'm trying to see titties. I need to see telephone ass and a thong. Like, bitch, I'm not
Yes.
hear you sing about the Grigio girls when I'm high as fuck off of E and I'm trying to fuck the dude behind me low key while nobody's watching. I don't need to see you do it. I want to get my fill and come and be high off my ex and then listen to you sing Just Dance and pretend like I know French on that one part in Bad Romance where you're like, I don't really know French. Like that's all I want to go do. I don't want to see you like up there in your country hat doing a two-step. Like, where did that even come from? But that's just
Bless.
me. That's
Bless.
just um mm, mm. So moving right the fuck along, because Gaga is not gonna slay my life, and I think she's going to slay a couple of people's lives at Coachella, and I honestly don't think the show is gonna be worth it. And I hate to say that about Gaga because I love her down, but I just don't think it's gonna be worth it. Like, she's coming here in December, and as bad as I want to buy a Gaga ticket because this will be my first Gaga concert, I'm not paying to see Joanne. I'm not doing that. So moving right along, moving right the fuck along. Laverne slayed Trump and his
She,
supporters and my
she
life.
did.
She
She
did.
did.
She
I
did.
agree.
All of that. Laverne got on that motherfucking TV and stumbled over her words, but when I tell you, when that bitch got her tongue together, okay, when she got her tongue and her teeth to agree, and she touched the tip of her tongue to the back of her teeth and was able to congrue her words together, Miss Ma'am shut it down, and I was all about it. I was not about that bullshit ass ponytail that she had in that made it look like she was bald. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I really appreciate Laverne for coming back to the roots and coming back to what she started off in this thing doing, which is advocating for the community. Many people who know me know that when they've asked me about Laverne lately, I have not been a fan because I feel like Laverne got this Orange is the New Black money. She went and got all of these
Mhm.
surgeries done that she think we don't know about. And she thought she was one of the girls until they knocked some motherfucking TV show off the air in 2 shows. And then she realized, no, bitch, I'm still unliked. And I think that it was imperative for her to have a setback. Because I think that
Mhm.
every now and then when we get to doing too good, we forget our purpose. And I think that
Right.
setback brought her back to the purpose. So I think I might be back on Laverne's train. I never really jumped off, but she had me hanging out the side of it for a minute trying to figure out how I was going to tuck and roll. She really did. But yeah, so how did you feel about her up there just kind of like letting have and whatnot?
I think it was needed, especially after, I think it was needed in the transgender community in particular, especially after that one, what's that Jenner girl, Caitlyn?
Karuchi.
I was going to call her by her biological name, but that's disrespectful. Especially after the, especially after the trick that whole pulled. I really think to have a transgender voice, speaking positively about and for the community, I think it's definitely it's needed, especially in this day and time. But that Caitlyn, that bitch, she can just.
I just want to say Republican to Republican.
Right, bitch. You stupid. You sound so fucking stupid. Like you knew what this man was about whenever you decided to vote for him.
Girl, and tried to get the girls to sign their lives away.
Stupid ass bitch. Why she sitting over there looking like she looking?
Right.
You got so much money, but you can't afford plastic surgery.
At least not the right kind.
The right kind.
At least not the right kind, because she didn't have no facial femme.
Bitch,
she didn't have no ribs. Little mama didn't have no ribs removed. She didn't go and get that liposuction. Like, bitch, she didn't go do nothing that she was supposed to do to make her.
That's because the bitch going to somebody's basement.
Right. Like, girl, if I had Caitlyn Jenner money, when I tell you I would look exactly like Beyonce would be mad. Beyonce would sue me because she would be like, this is defamation of character, because bitches would think I was her. Like, that's, bitch, I would go get my knees done and be 5'8".
But you know what I don't understand about that situation? Like, looking at Kim, Kylie, and Chloe, looking at, like, how come they haven't, like, pulled their, how come they haven't pulled her to the side? How come they have not pulled her to the side and said to her, "Hey, come see our doctor. He or she will show you the way." Like,
I think that Caitlyn's thing is she's trying so hard to not be one of them, and going to one of their doctors and getting that body. And then on top of that, I don't think that Caitlyn is. First of all, let's just be real. Caitlyn has not really come to terms and come to grips with transitioning yet, okay? Caitlyn is still Bruce Lynn in the back of all of that foolishness. And
it's too old for that.
And right, she's too old for the teetering line. And I really feel like Bruce Lynn ain't gonna make the necessary change until Bruce Lynn can get over the fact that Bruce can no longer coexist with Kate. And I think that, they having a battle, and Caitlyn wins sometimes, but Bruce wins sometimes too. And that's where we run into this mix of what the fuck we see currently today. Like, Caitlyn is not my sister. Caitlyn don't represent me. Caitlyn does not represent my issues because Caitlyn is in a different tax bracket and lives a different lifestyle than I do. And Caitlyn will never have to face the issues that I have to face as a trans woman. Caitlyn transitioned in all of 2 months, okay, bitch? I have been saving for my tits for a year and a motherfucking half. That bitch got titties in a week. I can't, bitch, I can't, and so the fact that she says ignorant things it no longer surprises me, but it really does make me upset still, because I'm just like, if you're gonna have that uphill battle with yourself, bitch, please do it behind closed doors and don't make videos. Like, please don't make videos with your Miss Doubtfire sounding ass. Like, I can't deal with her. Like,
Republican to Republican.
Right, Republican.
To Republican.
Like this. sounded like a middle-aged white man going through fucking menopause at the same damn time. Like, bitch, like, look here. Fuck that life. So back to a real queen, okay? B to the Mia the fucking Once, slaying the life for trans support and trans support for the youth. And I know that this is slightly off topic, okay? I know that this is slightly off topic, but that kind of begs the question to me, or it brings up the question because there are so many queens and queers that are like, okay, so is Beyonce really homophobic or no? You know, whatever the case may be. And then as I was thinking about that question, I was like, well, is Nicki Minaj really homophobic or not? Because that was something that came up this week too. And it made me really kind of like, I want to investigate because Beyonce says some things that are very heteronormative sometimes. And I'm not sure if she means them out of malice, or if it's just, you know, the upbringing of a woman growing up and just feeling like men do certain things and women do certain things, but it's not like a necessary like opinion about something. And then
the difference,
I don't know. No.
I just feel like the difference between the two is like Beyonce. Beyonce is the feminist. I get it. However, Beyonce always makes it a point whenever she can provide positivity or encouragement to the LGBT community, she does so. Nicki Minaj, on the other hand, she didn't even have anything to say after the Orlando massacre. Like, Nicki Minaj said nothing. And understanding...
She said something. She said, I believe what the Bible says.
Okay. So she didn't say anything, like, in support of.
But she just her response to people getting upset for her not responding when she finally said something in regards to it was, I believe what the Bible says. And that was how she left.
Right, and that's my thing. It's like, Nicki Minaj, like, you basically just said fuck 99.2% of your fan base. Beyonce would never.
Yeah,
because she understands her fan base.
Right.
She pays attention to her fan base.
Like,
it's crazy.
You gotta know who keeps the coins in your pocket. Point blank.
I can see Nicki being homophobic before Beyonce, honestly.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that, but it definitely should be the other way around. It should totally be the other way around. But like when I was hearing about the Beyonce showing support for trans youth, those questions just kind of popped up in my head, and I was like, let me detour and ask and just see where 50 is on that one, because I don't think we've ever had a conversation about that. So I was like, let me pop in and see about that. So while we popping in on motherfuckers, let me tell you who got their deal. Like, Cardi B got a deal, like a big deal.
I fucking live. I live for Cardi B.
Like, bitch, forever. Like, I forever live. Like,
that's my bitch. Like, that bitch is crazy as hell, but I live for every fucking ounce of her crazy.
I'm so excited. Like, I just want to see the real album. You know, fuck a mixtape, fuck a whatever. I know the album ain't gonna hit top Billboard 100, but I just can't wait because the shit is cool. It's ratchet music to play in your car on the way to work to get you hyped to deal with some stupid motherfuckers you don't like. That is what this album is about to be. And I can't fucking wait. Like, I'm lit. I'm living. And what I love about Cardi is that the bitch is so real and she's so down to earth about life. Okay?
Right.
Like, I'll on her Instagram and really seeing that she's got shit together. So, in lieu of a time constraint, this week, instead of putting bitches in a corner, okay, I'm going to give bitches a gold star, okay? And this week's gold star goes to Kwame for the read of Meek Mills because he ain't shit, okay? And if you have not listened to the Blaze podcast before you hit after the Blaze, bitch, you need to go back and watch the Blaze podcast so you can listen to Kwame read the fuck out of Meek Mill. That's what I'm going to say.
Good job, Kwame.
Like, shout out to Kwame. Gold star for Kwame. But just as quick as I gave him a gold star, he is going to go in the corner for supporting Remy Ma. Fuck him, Ricky Ma, fuck Remy Ma, fuck Kwame for supporting Remy Ma, because it's a Nikki world out here in this bitch. But anyway.
I support Kwame in his support of Remy Ma. So
corner for you and Kwame. This week's corner goes to you and
I really
Kwame.
don't fuck with Miss Nikki. She can.
Like, my thing is, the verdict is still out on the homophobia thing, bitch, but I'm sorry, she's the queen. Because, bitch, to be the queen of rap, you got to sell records. You got to get plaques. And anyway, like, that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
She's the queen?
To be the queen of rap, you got to sell records. You got to get plaques.
Ooh. She's a princess of rap. I'll give her princess.
You got to sell.
Where's her response to Remy Ma's diss tracks? Like, where are they? Where is
her response? Was that 50-inch weave she pushed through Harrison today, bitch. That was the response, bitch.
I mean, come on now.
At any rate, we got to debate this on our own time because I think our time is just about up. But I do want to let the Blazers know to please go to blazeentertainment.com to check out this episode and many other episodes after. And I did get the motherfucking website right this week, bitch. But at any rate, me and 50 will be back next week to talk some more shit with you guys. And we love y'all. Peace.
Bye, bitches.
Hey guys, it's Kwame. Are you loving the show? Also check out Blaze Entertainment, joined by my co-host Miss Free as we cover some of pop culture's most popular TV shows and give our 2 cents on the hot topics and trending news in a blunt and hilarious way. As 2 friends working hard every day to make a living for ourselves, we utilize Blaze Entertainment as a place to vent and release our feelings about everyday life. You don't want to miss an episode. Visit entertheblaze.com for more information.